Hello.
Hello and welcome to In the Burbs. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gina.
We're so glad that you're here. And I shared that it's like a hug when they share our show, Gina.
Oh, or like or follow. All of those are just warm, fuzzy hugs.
We love it. Okay, so
Turn off the music.
today, Gina she was obsessed, if you watched last week, with the show documentary Crash. So she's going to share a new documentary that it's really had her disturbed, and it's
I don't know why I go down this path, Amy Lyle, but once again, I've gone down a deep, dark, horrible path.
Wait, but before you go down the path, I just want to tell you that after Gina talks about that, we're going to regroup. We're going to circle back.
For some
circle back to like the benefits of acupuncture. We're going to talk about a lovely novel. We're going to share with you the success of my remodel, and also a friend who is accomplishing a giant goal under a big deadline. And Gina's...
And my dance team, we're going to be doing some fun things this weekend.
Yes.
Friday night, and I'll talk to you about that. My Staying Alive crew, we're going to be at Halcyon, and I'll share with you about that.
But first, she's going to share something gory. Go ahead, Gina.
You know what? Okay, so we talked about The Crash. We didn't have a show last week before last, The Crash, the Netflix documentary.
We didn't have a show because Gina was helping someone.
I was with my parents again in North Carolina.
Yes.
My dad had his knee replacement, if you remember, we talked about it, and he's doing well. He's home. It's been a journey. Having done it twice, I know he's going through.
Feel better, Mr. Edwards.
Yes. It will be 4 weeks on Friday. And I asked my mother this morning, I said, Mom, has Dad even gone outside? Because when I was there, he wouldn't walk outside. He hasn't left the house. And I'm like, I think you need to get him outside. I think you need to just take the walker and go outside, get some vitamin D. You'll feel better. I remember how horrible you feel, but you got to get outside. So I hope Dad does that. Dad, get outside if you're watching. So anyway, going back to my traumatic Netflix documentaries that I've been watching.
I hope Mr. Green's still watching. Tom Green.
Oh, hi,
Love
Mr.
you.
Green. I hope you are too. So we talked about The Crash, the Mackenzie Shirella story, the girl that crashed her car into a building and sadly murdered her boyfriend and friend. On purpose. She's in jail for 15 years to life. I don't know. The girl's absolutely crazy. I didn't think people could get any more demented, any crazier, any more psychotic. But they have, Amy. They have. There was a new documentary.
Humanity has reached
an all-time low. I'm still really disturbed by this, but of course I watched it. So it's a new Netflix documentary called Maternal Instinct. And as Amy said to me earlier, this girl had zero maternal instinct.
Right.
It's the story of Taylor Parker. It happened in 2020 in a small town in Texas. It is horrendous. Let me just say the outcome of this, what happened is absolutely horrifying, horrendous, and sad and devastating, all those things. But I watched it, and I just can't fathom what this woman did, this young woman who fabricated a pregnancy. And she wasn't married to this guy, Wade Griffin. It was her boyfriend. And it tells the story of them, coming together. She had a hysterectomy. And could not have children.
Correct.
Because she had a hysterectomy. Everybody knows that. And she's in such a small town. The doctor who performed the hysterectomy knew that.
Right.
So when she was fabricating this pregnancy, and I don't want to share too much if you want to watch this horrific documentary, but because of HIPAA laws, the doctor can't just go around saying to the world that I performed this surgery. But in my opinion, where this went wrong, this whole thing where some things could have been prevented had just friends and family members just gone to her boyfriend and said, hey, there's no way she can be pregnant. She had a hysterectomy. And nobody did that. And she had this
That's a big trouble in the world. People don't stand up.
She had a fake
I don't want to get involved.
She had a fake belly, and the boyfriend never saw her naked, never saw the baby. It's like, at what point, dude? I look back at this Wade Griffin, this boyfriend, and I'm thinking, at what point do you just not want to open the door and say, let me see your belly? Let me see. I want to touch it. I mean, it was very weird, the whole story, but she ends up, and it's beyond tragic what she does to get a baby.
People go crazy.
Yeah. And
I won't say what she did, but you've seen over the years people do crazy things. I can't decide.
It's not common for this to happen.
Nurses steal babies from the hospital. People, it's a big thing.
But this was worse than stealing a baby.
It was way worse.
It was way worse.
I mean, that's bad, but this is worse.
Anyway, it's called Maternal Instinct, and it is on Netflix.
I will
story
not be
of Taylor Parker. I go down this deep, dark path, Amy, after I watch these things and I look at other stories, related to this and why it happens. And there's a terminology for what she did.
Unfortunately, it's not
common.
It's not common, but it's not completely unique.
No, it's not the first time that this has happened. And it's happened.
Very sad.
But it is very, very sad. So anyway, yes, Amy, I went down that deep, dark path, and a trial that I'm watching, also sad situation. There aren't a lot of trials on that I'm following, but this one I'm somewhat following. It's about a boat crash that took place in 2022, Labor Day weekend down in Miami. It's Florida versus George Pino. And tragically, a 17-year-old girl lost her life in this boating accident. And what's disturbing about this trial, so the man this was a well-to-do family, well-to-do people on this boat celebrating Labor Day. Mm-hmm. They were actually celebrating his daughter's birthday. And all of her little girlfriends were on the boat. Lots of girls. Amy, it's, you could see it right out here on Lake Lanier. A bunch of girls. Yeah. Okay. So my point here, the only thing that's disturbing, well, a lot of things are disturbing. He's accused of, if he gets convicted, he could get up to 30 years. There was a lot of drinking that was going on this boat, underage drinking. Mm-hmm. Now the only person driving the boat was the father, George Pino. And he claims he only had 2 beers, that he was not intoxicated. And there were other people that testified that he was not intoxicated. He was well in control of the boat and so forth. That there was, how when other boats are in the water and it's a crowded weekend, the wake gets very big and it can cause your boat to skip and kind of you lose control. And apparently he claimed that happened. He hit a channel marker and the boat crashed and unfortunately killed one of the friends, Lucy Fernandez. And then she was only 17. It was just terrible, tragic. And then another young girl on the boat has become permanently disabled. So he's on trial for this.
Oh, it's
terrible. Very sad.
And it really is. It really is a mess out there for the holidays.
Yes.
It's just too many
You don't
people.
need to, it scares me to be on the lake. Yeah. And this guy was a boater. It wasn't, it's not his first time on the water.
Right.
He was a boater. So that.
Of course he's trying to be careful. He's got his own kids on there.
But I think there was distractions and the defense is calling it a tragic accident. Mm-hmm. But the prosecution is trying to get him for murder. And so it's a tragedy for all the families all the way around. But hey, it just lets you know how important boat safety is. And the biggest concern there was just the supervision of these underage kids, lack of supervision, drinking, and there were probably distractions going on. And come on, do better, parents.
Don't let your 17-year-old kids drink on the boat or in your house. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Read about alcoholism. It's terrible. Don't start them. Don't allow it. And be like, well, if they don't drink here, they're going to drink someplace else. Yeah. Well, crack down. Take their car away. It's come on.
It's not good.
It's not good. You can get in a lot of trouble as a parent.
And we'll talk about something else that's fun to watch right now. If you're on Netflix, you want me to share that now or wait till later?
Do whatever you want.
Okay. So what came out? I think yesterday came out on Netflix. I laugh because I think about my over 50 dance crew, Staying Alive crew. This is the young version, the real deal. The Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, America's Sweethearts season 3 came out, and you watch the whole process of these young, beautiful, talented girls going through the process of becoming a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and it's very intense
and very competitive.
And these girls, what they put them through,
and they finally get paid a little bit. Before they were just paying them squat, and they had to do a lot of things, and now it's finally catching up.
So if you watch it, it's something you can kind of I don't know. There's things on that I've watched sometimes, and I just call it background noise. Like I can do other things. You can actually work and listen to this in the background. It's not that deep, but it's entertaining. So just let you know it's out there. Season 3
something
of
happy,
America.
something happy.
Something
Gina's watching.
Fun, yeah.
Competition.
I had to after the Maternal Instinct. I had to go light. I had to go real light, Amy. And
you should.
Yeah.
Should I talk about my book?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about things that are bringing me peace. And this, you know who kicked this off? Elizabeth Hamilton.
That's right. The Peace Guidebook.
The Peace Guidebook. And so if you need more peace in your life, this is a great story of people overcoming all kinds of things, true stories in the Peace Guidebook. So we want to give a shout out to Elizabeth in the Peace Guidebook. But along that line, when I was reading this book, Theo of Golden, which is a gentleman that's from Portugal, he's like, you know, in his late 80s, and he shows up in a small or mid 80s. He shows up in a small Georgia town. In real life, I think he lives in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh,
so they say or something. But anyway, he shows up and he goes to a coffee shop and he sees all these portraits. And he said he was really drawn to their faces. Just that's what they were like. Imagine like charcoal portraits. And he said, all these people live in town and they haven't bought their portraits. And so he made it his mission to buy the portraits. And then he would write the people a beautiful letter and then meet with them. And then what he found is like, there's much joy for him doing that, but there's also a lot of sadness.
Oh.
And he's like, the sadness in their stories, even if they've overcome. And he ends up being not who you think he is. And it's just like for somebody like him to see the beauty in a homeless person, see the beauty in a person that had been in jail, to see the beauty in a struggling musician. It's just like story after story of this guy like connecting with people at a real, you know, human level.
Wow.
Anyway, it's a beautifully written book. It's called Theo of Golden, and it was a #1 bestseller. And it did so well. He's got another book out based on Ellen, a character in the book. I won't tell you about her. Well, she's a homeless lady in the story. So anyway, I'm doing that, and it's a very peaceful read. It's beautiful. I love it. And then the other thing I wanted to give you guys an update on is Gina was talking about her knee, and her dad had knee surgery. Gina had knee surgery, both knees a year apart.
A while ago.
And she's like, the tension. And I said, well, I don't know if acupuncture is going to help you because that's more of a muscle thing. We looked it up. Guess what? All kinds of things. Relieves soft tissue pain, circulation, calms the nervous system, boosts flexibility. And so I want to give a shout out to Coming Acupuncture. It's right here in town.
If you live in this area.
And
I mean, Amy, acupuncture has been around for thousands of years. And, you know, you always think, oh yeah, it sounds a little trendy and a little,
a little woohoo.
Yeah. Woohoo. Woohoo. But anyway, I am so glad you're doing it. You know why? Because I wouldn't have thought how great it is. And now she's got me sold on it. And I don't think she's woohoo. I really want to try it, especially for my knees.
Yes, look it up.
I mean, when you said it helps the nerve damage, because I do think still with my knee replacement, after you have major surgery like that, a lot of nerves have been cut and damaged. And even though I'm healed for the most part, I still have issues from time to time. And I just want to give it a try. I think it's great.
I went in there and I thought, they're going to think I'm crazy. But I was like, I'm going through several hard personal things right now, like the hardest thing in my life you'd ever go through, actually, a couple of things like that. And my mind is ruminate will not stop. And I was like, my mind is ruminating. And so they do these treatments kind of like a stress relief, very good for stress relief and anxiety because they're manipulating your nerves. Also, like I hold a lot of stress in my shoulders and my jaw.
You said you've been clenching at night.
And anyway, so
she basically, when you went in there today, she did it today.
Yes.
You just kind of told her, I know, I can really, honestly, Amy, I really see that this is working. I'm sold. She has me sold on it. But you did say to me, you know, I just told her where I was having tension and she goes, oh, no problem. Just puts the little needles wherever. They can go anywhere. On your body.
Different things. Sometimes you're on your back, sometimes you're on your stomach, sometimes you're on your side.
I think it's very cool.
You should look it up because I'm going to mess up. It's like, it's helping your sympathetic nerves, and it like reduces cortisol.
Parasympathetic?
Maybe. And then it like it like increases dopamine. And so it does all these things. And it's you can't just do it one time, but it's not terribly expensive.
And it helps with the anxiety. I think
it helps with anxiety. It balances brain chemistry with your serotonin and your dopamine.
I would
stability in your mood.
Okay. I think we're going to have to do a deep dive on this before next show and really, really get down to doctors, what they say about it. Other doctors.
But anyway, and if I'm just saying, regulate your cortisol levels. And it helps if you go to like a 4 to 6 week treatment, we're looking this up. Lasting mental clarity gives you more emotional resistance because it's dealing with your nerves. If you're, maybe you're in an environment where you're walking on eggshells, you have like a horrible boss or whatever is going on in your life or something tragic going on in your family. Anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out.
Well, I am sold. I think it's great. And then what else,
Gina, did I want to talk about that was peaceful? Oh, the Happiness Lab. Real fast. I've been watching the podcast, The Happiness Lab.
You talked about that last time.
On the way over, I was listening. They gave 7 tips to happiness. And one of them, I'm only going to talk about one, is when you look at your life, maybe journaling is always good for everything, stress and just all kinds of things. But it said, really write down like, where did you find happiness and joy in your day today? And start kind of like keeping track of this. Like if I had to say what was great in my day today, I would always say spending time with Gina and doing this show. It's so fun. I really like it. And so her mantra was, what makes your life feel the most lifey? Like, what is it about your life that you like the most? Do more of that. And so it's like, this is something Gina and I get to do most every week. And then the other thing I figured out, Gina, which is you're not surprised about,
right?
I like to be outdoors. I like to be outdoors reading a book. I like to be outdoors walking my dog. I like to be outdoors to eat. I like to be outdoors.
I like to be.
I don't like to be hiking on the top of a hill.
I think that is.
I just like to be outside.
Best therapy when I get my walks in with my dog.
The vitamin D.
And the vitamin D. That's why I was just talking about my dad earlier. I was like, Dad, you got to get outside. Yes. Vitamin D is so important for healing, and just see the sunshine. Just it let the sun hit your skin. Now wear your sunscreen. Of course, we don't want all the bad effects from outdoors. You have to be careful. You have to wear sunscreen, and we all know about skin cancer now. Everybody's well aware. So take care of your skin. That's why I think it's always good to go out early and when late. The UV is low and, or late, early evening when before the sun goes down. And especially this time of year, if you're in the state of Georgia, it's very warm. The humidity is high, but outdoors, it does a lot for me.
And maybe your thing is like, I feel the best when I'm traveling. Okay, well, start moving things around in your life that you can experience more of that, where you can travel more. Or maybe you love to learn things. If you're a certain age, you can go to the community colleges and maybe even a 4-year college and you can just sit in and learn for free. You're not going to get a credit for it, but who cares if you have a love of learning? So Gina and I wanted to like bring stuff like that to you because Gina's always trying new things. I'm trying new things.
We both are. And people will say, oh, I can't believe you're doing that. It's like, why not? I mean, at this stage of my life, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares? I mean, I get so upset about people, I'll never forget when we started doing stand-up and some lady in a store, I was going into this one little store in town to buy an outfit because I was going to be on stage that night. I think it was one of my first times doing stand-up and I wanted to get the right outfit because stand-up is different. You feel like you got to have a certain look, right? On stage, you got to feel comfortable.
Yes.
You don't want to be too dressed up. It's just your style of whatever your style of comedy is. You kind of want to look like that person. So the audience has a kind of a warm feeling toward you and that you're likable from the stage. So I was talking to this lady in the store and I said, I was, telling her I was doing stand-up. She goes, oh my gosh. Don't you care what people think of you? And I go, no, I guess I don't. I mean, I was just like shocked that she thought she was so mortified.
I know some people think it's so lowbrow. Well,
it's fun.
It's really fun and it's cathartic.
It is cathartic, I never really thought of it as lowbrow because I guess I love comedy so much.
I do too.
Before I even got involved with the stand-up, which
don't get me wrong.
Much lately.
Sometimes, depending on the club,
we've had nightmares.
Gross.
We've had some situations.
Gross. But that's not the group that we're in.
Some open mics. Yeah, we kind of stay with a good group of clean comics when we do
Jeff
it.
Justice.
Which
shout out.
That's right. And Jamie Bendel for giving
and
us
Mark.
opportunities.
Yes. And Marcy. Hello, Marcy.
Yes. That's the punchline. We've had some fun opportunities, Amy and I. We need to get back on stage. We're both kind of been slack
Well, I
in
don't
that
feel very
department.
funny right now.
I get you.
Eventually.
But my point is, going back to what Amy was saying, you can take risk. What have you got to lose? And you can't. You get to a certain stage in life where you don't need to worry about what people think of you. You know what? Your real friends stay real and they stay in your life, and the rest can just go along the wayside. Which brings me to
wait. I have 3 more good news.
Go ahead.
Okay, fast. So
no, take your time. We got
yesterday, I play in this Tuesday night tennis league, and I want to give a shout out to Jackie Finn, my partner. We played and won against lovely ladies. One of the ladies is actually on our Thursday team. Hello, Kate. You're lovely. And we
I'm
played
jealous that
in
Amy's
the rain.
Playing tennis.
Gina and I used to be tennis partners,
and
she's
I can't
really fun to play with.
Really anymore.
I think she should get back out there.
I'll try.
Anyway, we played in the rain. Like it was it's running off our hats. The rain. There's puddles, and our
you said you couldn't even bounce the ball to serve.
No, you hit to serve. It's like an explosion of water.
See the water.
And our teammates had umbrellas, and we just stayed, and we just were like, we're staying, and we hunkered down. We're finishing, and I don't know why. It was just this amazing experience, and then we ended up winning. I mean, it could have gone either way, but it was a great match. So I just want to say that
playing tennis in the rain is not fun.
No, also
good for you.
I wanted to give a shout out to Design District, who is doing my bathroom right now and doing a lovely job. And they're just so easy to work with. If you need a remodel, I suggest that you call Design District and have them, because they have the plumbers and they have the tile guys and they have the electricians.
It's an all-in-one.
And you just get to enjoy, and they help you pick out what you want. And
I think that's the hardest part about remodeling.
Yes.
I love to do it.
Unlimited.
Picking it out. And
there's so much stuff.
And they give you like 3 or 4 things. Okay, so which one? And I'm like, I don't know. And I always go, what do you like?
That's what I do.
What would you put in your house?
I poor Shannon, I'm like, what would you put?
Yeah, because I'm not good at
she has good answers, because they see it, Gina.
They see it all the time.
See it. And so they're like, I think you should do this.
And they have a vision that
I do not.
My brain doesn't work that way.
Okay, is that it? Oh, and then my other last shout out is to Lisa. Hello, Lisa, who is a fellow creative, and she is on this. She got a book offer. Congratulations! I mean, like a real book,
a real
cookbook. She's from Mom Loves Baking, and she had to make 58 new recipes. I think that's the number. Anyway, she has been working night and day. Then she has to write Gina stories for every single one of them. Like, hey, this is my Aunt Sarah's recipe, and this is what's
like a whole background on the recipe.
The whole background on the recipe, and then she has to do sidebars. It's a lot, and format it in a certain way. It's just so much. And anyway, she's doing a great job, and she's almost to the finish line. We're so proud of you, Lisa, and we'll keep sharing. It's going to come out maybe around Mother's Day next year.
Oh. Perfect gift for Mother's Day.
I wanted to share something that Lisa, she's the real deal. She's a big blogger, giant, one of the best bloggers.
Mom loves baking
in the United States, one of the biggest bakers. So because she made those 58 recipes, a lot of them, she made the harder ones at the end just to make sure every single recipe worked. And so a lot of them are, layers. She's like, what is going on with these layers? What is going on? What was going on is that the it's called shrinkflation, where Duncan Hines or whatever, because she does a lot of stuff with her own flour. She doesn't have to have a cake box, right?
But sometimes she gives shortcuts,
right?
Where you can use a cake box mix,
right? She wanted to make the recipe approachable,
yes,
right? So it's like, hey, if you want a white cake mix, use Lisa's. It's going to be delicious, or use her chocolate cake mix. But she wanted to make it easy and say, hey, you can use this. So what she found out is the cake. It used to be 18 ounces, is now 13 or 15 ounces. And so I just thought that was a fascinating find.
And I bet the price has gone up, and you're getting less.
And the quality shrinkflation. So anyway, I'm so proud of you, Lisa. And that just shows you she is the real deal. She tried every recipe and made sure that it was worked.
Before she puts it in the cookbook. And she took pictures, and it's going to be amazing, because anything that woman makes is delicious. It is top notch.
Amazing.
And some of it, it's easy for people like us.
I made one. Remember, I made the Better Than Sex Cake, the Southern recipe for Lisa. My mom and I made it, and it's the Southern recipe, so it's a white cake with the pineapple and the whipped cream. In the North, Better Than Sex Cake is a chocolate cake with caramel. But anyway, she's got friends, neighbors, her mom, her daughter everybody's trying recipes multiple times.
I wish we lived closer.
I know the Chamber of Commerce has really benefited, and the fire station. Anyway, shout out to Lisa. Okay, Gina, back to you with good news.
Oh yeah. So this weekend, this Friday, if you live locally, Halcyon, which is a shopping development right in Forsyth County, right around the corner from where we are.
Exit 12.
Exit 12. Thank you very much, Amy.
You're welcome.
They're having a big celebration this Friday night. Tickets are $5 and they support Atlanta Angels, which is a nonprofit walking alongside children in foster care and their caretakers through intentional giving. So what a fantastic organization. And it's an ABBA theme event. We're going to be performing to Mamma Mia. Who doesn't love Mamma Mia, which is, of course, ABBA song. And so they want you to come dressed in your favorite Mamma Mia outfits or ABBA or 70s or island vibe or disco vibe. There's going to be specialty drinks and entertainment and, of course, Staying Alive crew. That's my dance team, over 50 dance team that I've been on, and we're going to have so much fun dancing and performing for the people there. So check it out if you're local this Friday night. I believe the event is from 7 to 9.
They have so much fun, and they don't just go out there and free. They're practicing multiple times, very serious, sending videos to learn these.
We practice
It's a really
lot.
serious club. And that's what Gina fell in love with them, because Gina and I were at an event and that group came and performed. Gina's like, I'm going to try out for that, because they were so professional and so lovely.
It's fun. And if you're interested, always follow at Staying Alive Crew, all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook.
They do some
LinkedIn,
really fun stuff.
TikTok. You can follow us. You can find out when we have auditions. I believe we might have something coming up soon if you're interested. So make sure you follow along. You can always private message me if you're interested and you're over 50 and you want to dance and you want to dance. And we're a nonprofit, so we give back and it's a lot of fun. And something I want to talk to, since the event this Friday is for foster care. Amy, do you know that in Georgia, there are 11,000 children in the foster care system?
I know.
That blew my mind.
There's a lot in Forsyth County.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you took the county by county, but in the whole state, children span in all age groups with roughly 20% under the age of 2. That breaks my heart. And of course, the younger ones are easier to put in care. People want babies and young ones, but it's the teenagers that I think it really lost in the shuffle. And that's really, really sad. So if you've ever been a foster care parent, I think that is an amazing.
And if you can't make that commitment, I can't remember what it's called, but if you're a foster parent, you're not allowed to just hire any babysitter. You have to have a trained, if you become a foster parent in Georgia, you're going through a lot of training, and they really want to prepare you. And so you could be kind of like, I can't remember what the word is. I'm saying, like, it's not relief or a sub. I can't remember what it's called, but you could do that if you wanted
intermittent or
right. Exactly. So if you're like, well, I'm not ready to be a foster parent full time, but gosh, I could help out 1 week in a month. You would be helping a foster family to do that.
Well, Georgia faces a critical shortage of licensed foster families, making recruitment a continuous priority for the Division of Family and Children's Services. And Amy, like you're saying, if you want to learn more about the system, become a foster parent, or access support, you can visit the official Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services, or explore demographic breakdowns on the Foster Georgia platform. So you can probably go into your own county and do your research and find out how you can help, like you said, and if it's just financially.
Yeah. And if you, like Gina said, if you don't have the time to do that, you could contact your local school system. A lot of times they have a few foster children in their school. They would never tell you who they are, but they might need backpack help, or there's an organization that gives 2 sets of clothing. They want new, they want stylish. These kids want to look like everybody else in school. So there's lots of ways to get involved with foster care without adopting a foster child. If you don't have time to do that, then like Gina said, there's other ways to get involved. And Gina's going to wrap up with a very important birthday.
Look who's had a birthday.
Gosh, she looks good.
Cher. She is
I don't think that's just acupuncture.
80
Call me
years
crazy.
old.
I think that's more.
Wow. I mean, wow.
80 years old. That's going to be us, Gina.
Oh, I don't know.
We're going to be doing this at 80 years old.
I think she's dating a much younger man right now.
She is. She's like Madonna.
She always has. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Madonna too. I mean, she looks fabulous. And I remember as a kid watching the Sonny and Cher show, and I was just amazed at her and her talent and just her whole look, her body, her face, her hair. As a young girl, I thought she was amazing. So kudos to Cher.
I like her because
looking good at 80.
And also she is very, if you ask her a question, she won't lie. She's not very politically correct, which I love. She's just like, I don't like that person. They were rude to me. I like people that are honest. I don't know if it's because I'm from the North. We do not BS people.
Yeah,
we do not blow smoke. If we actually like you, we like you. And we don't pretend for years that we like you, but then we don't. We don't do that.
That's right.
And that's how Cher is. If you asked her,
she's
asked her about Madonna, who I love Madonna's talent, but she's like, she's not nice to me. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, she was so talented. I mean, she won an Academy Award for Moonstruck.
Yes,
remember that?
Out of it.
So I mean,
she talented musically.
Nicolas Cage. That's right. It was a great movie. That was a great movie. She's so talented across the board: music, acting.
I bet she's on Broadway, Gina. Did you think?
I'm not sure.
We should look it up.
I'm not
Let
sure.
us know in the comments.
But thank you again for joining us today.
Happy 80th birthday to Cher.
To Cher. That's right. And we'll hope to see you next Wednesday, same time, same place. If you want to chime in, join the conversation, please
let us know what's giving peace in your life.
Yes.
Let us know what you're doing that's giving you peace.
Yes. Stop watching those deep, dark documentaries like Gina.
Get off social media except for to watch this show.
That's right.
On this show, go to YouTube and subscribe.
That's right.
We love you.
Bye. Bye.
Everybody now.
And we're out.